Hi, and welcome to Headstand. Today, we're going to learn how to get upside down and do a bunch of headstands. Headstands are one of the coolest inversions that you can learn in yoga. It's one of those I'd say, foundational inversions that we normally get into after we learn how to add a bit of weight to our hands. So there's a really nice and fun, safe ways to get into it. And once you master it, it is amazing. It is something you can add into your practice, into your classes, into just, waking up in the morning and you pop into a headstand. So it's something pretty cool. Today we're going to do something different. We're not going to do it the traditional way, but we're going to do it slightly different. But the way I like to approach headstands is I would first teach you how to fall down. So once you learn how to fall down safely, then you can pretty much figure out how you want to get upside down. So it takes away the fear of falling, it takes away the fear of getting hurt, and you just find space within yourself, in your body, in your mind, and enough of freedom to go upside down. All right, enough of talking, let's get to it. So first things first, what we're going to do is we're going to find a way to roll, and safely we're going to learn how to roll sideways. Before we go upside down, it's one of those things that I've realized that comes really handy to be able to roll on our backs, roll on the sides, and get a little bit of strength, along the way. So before we get to going upside down, let's see what we can do. What I recommend is come into like a Balasana first. If your hips are open, if they're not, you can put something like a towel or something else under your heels, bring it up to you. So add something under your heels, otherwise just move around. Just notice where you're in space. How does this feel today? It doesn't have to be anything intense, you can add a bit of a bounce. You can keep it nice and chill. Adding a little bit of space into the hips to get started. Maybe put your hands down. Add a bit of weight in the front of your hands. Kind of you're getting ready for a crow, but you're just not there yet. So, let's see how that feels. If that feels alright, I would recommend come to the right side of your mat, come into your Balasana. And here what I like to do is, I like to place my hands back. You come to hands and knees for a second, roll around, and start bending into your arms. So bend into your left hand, place your left elbow down, bring it back up. Bend your left hand, bring it back. Bend your left hand, bring it back. Bend your right hand, touch the elbow, bring it back up. Touch the elbow, bring it back up. So you're just working into that bent arm movement, adding a bit of space. Now let's see if we can add the roll to it. So you get your toes into the ground, it's kind of like you're doing a down facing dog, but you're doing like a shot and down facing dog. This would be your down facing dog. This would be kind of like a shortened version of that, with a little bit of bounce. So you can watch me the first time, and then you can try it out after that. So I bend my left elbow, I touch my left knee down, I roll on my back, and then I come back up. So if you run out of runway, it's totally cool, reset, come back. So I'm gonna go the opposite way. So I'm moving to my right. So I drop my right elbow, I drop my right knee, and just casually roll, and I come back up. So give this a shot. You can move with me, you can move at your own pace, see how it works. So you bend your left elbow, touch the ground, touch your left knee, and roll. Easy, huh? So the right elbow, right knee, roll. This is a lot of fun once you get the hang of it. It's like something out of martial arts, something out of movies. Very chill. And just keep rolling. Find your space, find something new. Maybe one more time inside. I'm gonna go back to my right. You can keep at it. Come on. All right, take a break. That's a workout. So if you feel a bit tired, take a moment, chill. It's part of the game. Take your hands back. Just pull your chest open. So you can always pause the video and you can keep rolling, you can kind of get used to it. It's just one of those cool mechanisms that helps to bring the fear of falling out, and you know, it's just lovely. It's a lot of fun to play around. So we'll do it one more time, but just before we do that, just open up the chest, take your hands back, maybe touch the ground behind you, chase the ground, open up the chest, take a few deep breaths, let your nose travel to the front of the room, your hands travel to the back. And let it go. Shake your hands, make some space. All right, let's try it again. But this time, I'm not going to drop the knee. So you can just try. If you want to, you can. It's totally cool. But if you like a bit of a challenge, keep the knee floating. Just drop the arm and roll into it. Let's see what that looks like. So this time I'm going to take my legs a little further back, a little bit closer to kind of like, not a down-facing dog, but somewhere in between. We'll drop the elbow and roll. So keeping it fluid, keeping it groovy. If this is too much, just drop your knee. Don't worry about it. Notice what it's like to safely fall down. You can reset. And that's it. So that's side rolling to get things started. You can try this as much as you want. Do it safely though. Don't be in a rush. Get your body used to it. The body takes a bit of time to make sense of what's happening. And once you do, it feels amazing. It's a fun game to play, and you'll feel pretty groovy when you're in the midst of it. And it takes away that sense of falling, like I said. You kind of get a control of where you are on the ground and how you can handle that space. Lovely place to be, and I'm sure you'll find something new. So this is part one. In part two, we'll learn how to fall from a headstand. So we're gonna learn how to fall from a headstand. At least like before we get into it. So I hope you had a good time, and I hope you keep practicing. It just builds and gets better from here. So my name's Warren. Thanks for practicing with me. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.